Are too much. What's up, dude? We're live. And you are
We are
live from California
in
at a
Baltimore, right?
mechanic shop.
You're in Baltimore? I'm in a leather shop.
I'm in the same place I'm always at. No need to banter me back.
I am in
You know where
a
I'm at.
I am in another small business, Gold Standard Leather, out in Oceanside, California, and the weather's beautiful. And
The
I'm out
wet.
here.
So you're in you're dealing with leather and nice weather.
Yeah,
No R's, no
all
R's
right,
at all.
the way
We're not
you
gonna.
say it, the way you say it makes it sound like I can't read. I know the R's there, but why waste time?
But you're not reading. You're just speaking. So no, it makes me think you can't speak.
That's a good point.
Yeah.
No, that's good. I can't. I
So.
mean, all right.
So I'm pumped for tonight's guest. It's Daddy Rips. For anybody who doesn't know, he's a pretty big Instagram breaker. He's got over 12K followers and
Oh,
has a yeah. I think he's got more than me, which I crossed him at one point, and then he pulled this ridiculously stupid nutty card, and that somehow got him a bunch of followers. So I mean, he kind of rode like the coattails of a card to get there, where I like put in the hard work.
cold blood.
You know, I know. I mean, the guy, you got to do something. And so we're going to talk to him about kind of where he got started, which is wild because he started, and I won't go too far, but he started with another breaker and then kind of morphed into his own thing and has really, made a pretty successful business to the point where I think that he's made it a full-time thing and kind of, stepped away from what his 9 to 5 was to be a full-time breaker. So
Yeah,
that's cool. But before we get to him, let's hear about California. How is it?
Real nice. I went to my fulfillment center, and they took me out to lunch. I had
So you went to your fulfillment center. So there's another R missed. Okay.
What do you?
And we're adding an A too. So that okay. Just
Where?
counting. I'm not counting. You're counting.
Where? Fulfillment center.
Where?
Fulfillment center.
Center. Yeah.
Fulfillment center, and then they
So
took
are
me
all
out.
the people in the chat? Are they going to get their stuff on time or what? Yeah. Tim's a mechanic now. He's giving up
All the people in the chat. Let me see. Yeah, no, yeah, they got theirs. No, we're good. Yeah, I sold out of the clan, man, but it is what it is. We'll live. It's a good thing. It's a good problem.
Yeah. No, all good problems.
Yeah, the weather's beautiful, and I found a box. I went to Target. You yelled at me. You did the right thing, though. I almost bought 2 hockey products.
You literally just took an R out of a word that has R in the middle. Target. Yeah. Target. Taget. It's pretty impressive how you remove R's.
I went to a Walmart. Okay, Walmart. I found
Walmart.
What?
Dude, Daddy Rips doesn't even break product that big.
See, the thing is, that's why I love being in California, because I have no R's. These guys these guys took all the R's. They're like that. Daddy Rips. Wait, Daddy Rips. I can say.
What was it? Was that?
That's his R. That's like an R.
Oh, he's not a dinosaur?
Raptors.
Right. Okay. All right. Well, let's talk about any crazy stuff in the hobby before he's ready. He'll bring it all.
All right.
Crazy hobby stories this week. What do we got? We'll go to it real quick. Star stock. Is that how we're saying it?
Oh, star stock. But yeah, I don't understand that world, so I don't know. But everyone out there, my guys, my boys. And I don't even.
Yeah, I think they're restructuring, and I love those guys. Have been great. They're awesome to work with. I think they have a very cool platform, a cool product. I think, cool services. But I don't know. I can't begin to guess what the problem was, but I think that whatever it was the announcement of it was kind of bungled, where they just went. Hey, we're not like, well, dude, you would have been this close to the camera, and you would have been like, I, Tim from Slab Strong, have got an announcement to make. And
yeah, but I would have
respected that.
I think, that's a good point too. I was about to say, but the thing is, you still don't ever find out until you find out. I mean, it's always going to be a surprise. There's no slow leak of anything unless I say, hey, in 2 weeks, I'm going to announce that I'm firing people. You can't. All the
right.
negative stuff
right.
is like just happens. The positive stuff I can say in 2 weeks I got this crazy announcement, and it's usually a positive thing.
Yeah, and then you just have people always digging for stuff, and it just look. I mean, these companies they grow big and they go through growing pains. So, I think they'll be fine. I think they got a lot of good people back there, and they'll figure out what they got to figure out and hopefully come back stronger. Companies do it all the time. That's the crazy thing. Companies reorganize all that stuff. I mean,
slab business.
It is standard slab business. All right, let's get Daddy Rips in here. Anybody in the chat have anything to say to Tim? He's apparently looking at comments because he can't take his eyes off of them, and I can't control it. So please don't.
I'll go full screen.
Direct anything to him.
I'm going full screen. I can't see the comments. Only the ones you bring up. Full screen.
All right, good. Thank God. All right, and welcome to the show. Daddy,
what's up, boys?
Daddy Rips.
Where are the comments at? How do I get to see the comments?
No. I don't know if I
want to see
control
comments,
the comments.
Though, right?
No, you don't. It's just like you're live.
Oh shoot! It's okay. I see it now. All right. So people can private chat me while I'm live right here.
Well, they're not private chatting you. They're commenting on the whole thing, so everybody can see it.
Dude, this is all new to me, man.
Yeah,
I'm such a noob when it comes to this stuff. I used to be super technical savvy, back in high school, but
I don't know if that's something you lose. I feel like that's a lie, kind of.
How are you gonna be technical savvy for a VHS?
Yeah, exactly. Right. You're like, dude, everything changes.
Come
on.
All right. So for people that don't know, you are. Can we say you're the bad boy of the breaking world?
No, don't say
no,
that.
You wanted that title though. You wanted it.
I don't want that title.
You did at one point. I think you've shifted your focus, but at one point you did want that title. You gave me a shirt that on the back of it says Daddy.
Yeah, I was gonna ask you what's the is this a rated R
cuss.
show?
Yeah. We just don't want to go all the way down there. Like I don't want Tim yells at me when I cuss. So
yeah. No, I could keep it PG. The problem that I have with the whole bad boy thing or like doing things on breaking that a lot of people don't like. It's like I tell people every day, we are not for everybody. There's dads out there that they want to sit down and watch breaks with their kids. Don't watch us. Like seriously, don't watch us because you won't enjoy it because there's people out there that get so wrapped up in the hobby thing. They don't like us bending cards or tearing cards or throwing cards away or cursing and saying, really pushing the line on saying some, pretty vulgar and outlandish things. And I tell people, which I've had this conversation with, Chicken 101 and all these people who have done a lot of good things in the hobby. I tell them, I'm like, that's just how I am. Like if you hung out with
me. So did Chicken try to say something? Because
no. Chicken was
awesome.
Really cool. Yeah, no, he's really cool. He actually, our first little IG live that we had where we were kind of talking about, the hobby and like helping out the hobby. He DM'd. I had never talked to him ever. He DM'd me and he was like, "Hey, I love the message." He's like, "I don't like the cursing, but I love the message." And then we were going back and forth, and I was telling him the story about how I got into the hobby and how he, all this stuff back and forth. So I just told him, I'm like, dude, that's how I am. If people don't like that, then they can just go somewhere else. If you guys were to come over off screen and we were out drinking, I'd be talking like I was on the live. I'd be saying the same random stuff,
and shit.
I'd just be saying stuff that, some stuff doesn't make sense.
So you had to know this question was coming and leave it to this person to ask it because
I can't see nothing. Oh, there we go.
Is there a mommy rips?
Yes. And that that kind of is a good segue into. So you started breaking with Rizzo Sports, which a lot of people know, they were pretty early in the game and they were
super funded.
Early. Yeah. And had like all the latest product, had, just wild. I mean, that's where I first started. That's where I first saw you.
Yeah.
Right? And then is it so the name? I mean, look, it's obviously funny, but was that something you came up with there and given to you, and you just ran with it? Because people weren't calling you Daddy 5 years ago. I don't care what you tell me.
Yeah, they were.
What? No.
If you look at my personal IG account, I've had for I think over 10 years. It's
how Daddy do you get that nickname?
It's Daddy Beaston.
Is it Daddy Beaston?
Yeah, it's Daddy underscore. It's Daddy underscore Beast, and then with an A.
I'm not mad at that. So why you gave it to yourself though?
So I got the Daddy nickname in college playing baseball, and then like the Beast thing like came together too, like, and it was like a joke on the team, on my baseball team, like, because my girlfriend at the time like said Daddy something like in a conversation, and they were like, whoa, like,
wait, Daddy. She called you Daddy in public?
Yeah. And it was like a weird thing, and everyone was like, what? Like, why are you saying this? And then it just carried on. And then, I got married and had kids, and all that transpired. And then I started, I'll just start from the beginning. I started breaking with Rizzo. And I wasn't even breaking in the beginning. He started having me come over and be like, hey, I just bought this collection. I need you to come over and sort some cards and, organize all this stuff I've been getting. And I'm like, cool.
He's a family friend, right? What it was
family friend. Yeah. My dad and him go way back. And excuse me, man, this Truly's already making me burp.
Oh, yeah. Tim was drinking a Truly last week.
No, I got a Celsius. I don't know what's out here in California, but Celsius.
Truly's the way to go.
It's probably not even pronounced that. Anyways,
I was about to go card porn with that info. What?
Yeah.
So he would have me come over and do just side business, and he'd just give me cash, and then I'd leave. And then they started doing these lives, like, and I didn't know I had no idea what they were doing. He was just like,
they had no idea what they were doing.
They had no idea what it was going to become. And then one night, I'm sitting there sorting and I was the sleever for Papa Rizzo, for Jeff Rizzo. He would go live, he'd do it, and he'd literally just hand them right to me, and I'd sleeve and top load, and then I'd sort the breaks, and then put them in bags, and then and then all that stuff. So one night I showed up, and he was like, hey, you got to go live. Like, I got to take the girl out to dinner. And I was like, I don't know what to do,
That's
but
crazy.
I already had, so I was like, all right, so you could go back. I think you have them all saved. I tell people, like, scroll all the way back to like February, March time, 2020. I started taking over the lives, and I was going live 4 or 5 days a week, and I would drive all day. I'd leave my house at like 6 a.m. I go to LA, San Diego, back about 400-mile little round trip. That's what I would do during the day.
Oh, he's in San Diego?
No. That was for my job that I was doing.
Oh.
I was driving aerospace parts from where I live to Compton. What? Yeah. And I would pick up aerospace parts in Compton, drive them to San Diego, drop them off.
They make aerospace parts in Compton?
Oh, dude, this cheap. It's cheap to have factories out there. And so
are astronauts the biggest gang in Compton?
Yeah. No, but so I would do it was 429 miles a day. And I did that for about 5 years in a row. And so the period when I was working for Rizzo, which was like 2020 February to June, right? That little, whatever that 4 or 5 month span, I would do all that all day, come home. I'd take like an hour nap, get up, drive to his house because he lives like 35 minutes from me. And then we'd go live at like 6:30, and I'd go live till 1, 2 in the morning. And then drive back to my house, get up at 5:30, 6 o'clock.
I bet you it was a rush. I mean, that kind of like.
Oh, dude.
Yeah, just being able to open like I feel like breaking if you're the guy behind the mic. I mean, obviously it's a lot of work, and it probably gets after a while. But like you literally get to like scratch that itch.
Yeah, and it's like this. Like you said, it's a rush. Like I would leave there and I'd be like amped up. Like, holy hell, we just pulled this big card. And this was before Sleevey was even, this is before I had Sleevey. I would call him like at one in the morning, like, dude, we just pulled this Luca, blue cracked ice.
And he
like,
probably told you he doesn't care. He's trying to.
Yeah. And at the time, which was crazy, is I tell people we were bountying, like, you've seen our, sorry, I keep hitting this mic. You've seen our show, right? Like, we do bounties, right? If we're like, hey, man, we haven't hit anything in a couple boxes. Hey, let's put a bounty on this box. If we hit a Joe Burrow auto or whatever it might be, we're going to throw this card in. Back then, we were bountying Trae Young and Luka Prism rookie cards. Like
so when you were with Rizzo, was he? Because I remember, I mean, like the dude had endless product, but endless slabs.
Yeah,
like were they subbing or were they just buying?
He would buy up slabs. He would buy up people's collections, just like, the
whole thing.
He would just walk in and be like, look, just hundreds of slabs, slab. Like, it's crazy.
And like big boy shit.
Yeah, like, that guy was like. He was actually he's so smart, super smart in the hobby, super calculated. He's got, as he's doing these deals, he's got other deals, like he's prepping, like he's doing a deal to get this deal, right? So he's making a deal with one guy, knowing that this guy over here is going to take that deal and he's going to make more money,
Yeah. So for people who don't know, Rizzo is the one who sold that black Giannis 1-of-1 auto for like 1.2 or something.
Yeah.
Or was it crazy. The base? Yeah.
It was the black. Yeah. The black base 1-of-1.
Is that what he got popular? That's the card?
That's the card that kind of set their level, like really took them off.
There seems to be a card in everyone's evolution of them breaking, especially like online. So I think you had one recently, but like speaking up to the most recent one, what were the big ones that you pulled that you found all of a sudden just kind of put you in more and more people's eyes?
So I'd say off the bat, so we pulled when Mosaic first came out, football 2020, we pulled the Joe Burrow gold auto, which at the time were like big card.
Yeah.
But as time has grown on, the guy graded it. It's got a PSA 10. It's a pop 2. Now Burrow's in the Super Bowl. Like, now
does he still have it?
Yeah, he still has it.
So how often do you find yourself following up with cards? As like
all the time.
Yeah, all the time. Crazy.
I DM people, hey, you still have that card? Or sometimes I just find myself scrolling back because I'm like, when did we hit that card? And I scroll and like, oh, I totally forgot about this card. And we hit it. And then I'll go, who hit it again? And then I'll go in the DMs and go, do you still have this card? Did you grade it? Like, and then they'll go, oh yeah, I graded it or sold it or whatever. So yeah, I find myself doing that all the time.
It's kind of like one of your like kids going out, like, oh, where did he go out in the world? Did he get sold? Like, guy, and then you send that one DM, and the guy's like, I fucking sold it for $500, dude. I want to talk about it. You're like, oh, sorry, I brought that one up.
I actually, the gold Burrow that we pulled, I told the guy, don't sell. I believe in Burrow. This was, a year and a half ago we pulled it.
Yep.
And then, he gets hurt, and I told him just hold. And then he had just got it graded like 2 months ago. Wow. He held it for that long and didn't even get it graded. And then
also wasn't stuck at PSA. It was just he didn't get it graded.
He just he's like, oh, it's sitting on my desk at work. Like, it was like a token for him,
Yeah.
So
yeah, and that's the kind of thing that's cool that lives on, like, right. So like, and what what you do and a lot of breakers are good at, but I think you're extraordinarily good at is creating a cool ambiance to the people that like you, being, not forgetting people or forgetting like there's like personal like jokes you have with people that don't always make sense to other people, but you don't like kind of tailor yourselves to try to, you know what I mean? You have like a group, but you're welcoming. And I have to say, you're probably one of the best people to deal with trolls that I've ever seen.
Yeah.
Like, you either don't care, or like if they're trolling you, you think they're funny.
Yeah. I tell people on our channel that we turn trolls into customers, and we have. Like, I've literally had people DM me like, hey, do you realize that I was a troll? Like, I thought I thought you were a mockery of the hobby, and I went in to like troll you, and now I'm in your channel every night buying from you.
Why do you think people feel like that in terms of whether you're a breaker or not, just starting a small business, and what do you think that part comes from? It's not like, because you really don't know a person, right? It can't be jealousy or something. What do you think that initial trollism is, especially from a breaker where you're just, and I've seen like you get a lot of people, a lot of views, and a lot of maybe first time watchers, and they're seeing that. So how do you feel about it? Truly,
real quickly, this is a person. This is D-Mock, right?
Mm-hmm.
You know D-Mock.
Yeah, of course.
I met him in your live like a year ago and realized that he lived like 30 minutes from me. And then that's how like we linked up, was from literally both being in your live and him going, "Oh, you're from Baltimore?" And then like he's come to the shop. We've done like mystery breaks together. So that's what and that was all from me just watching your channel and interacting with the other people in it.
Yeah. That's what's crazy is so during I would say when the pandemic, like peak pandemic, everybody was coming into the channel because they needed somewhere to escape to, out like within their home. Like, I need to escape this house, but how do I escape it if I can't go outside? I can't go to work. I can't do anything. But I have this sort of outlet on my hand where I have all these people who know me as my Instagram handle, right? Everybody, they know me as JJ Masto, or they know me as Ultimate Sports Cards. They don't know my first or last name, but when I come into this kind of channel or this room, I get welcomed like I'm one of the boys. And that's what I always tell people, like, our atmosphere is like we're sitting around a bar, everybody's drinking and having a good time, and we're just ripping cards and talking shit, and and that's why I try to make it as personable as possible. Like, when someone comes in the room and I see a name, and it's like I think of like nicknames to call them, because that's how my head works, is like try to think of something where I can refer back to them, where it's not just whatever their Instagram handle is. So
it's like Michael Scott. I don't know if you ever seen The Office, but it's like Michael Scott.
So yeah, it's been crazy. I was looking at some of these comments. So
I'll pull some of them up. But
okay, cool.
Did he answer your question, Tim? I didn't mean to step on it, but
yeah, no, not at all, because you demolished it. But it's all good.
You know what? Go fuck yourself. I was trying to make a point where
22 minutes in, because
it was a perfect chance. It was literally linking up to, like, we literally met in the guy's channel. So back to the trolls, right? You're talking about people going.
Yeah.
Now, my thing with what you're saying is, a lot of people didn't look at what he's doing as a small business, right? In the beginning, they didn't look at it like that's your storefront, right? You have that's your like little retail shop, and a lot of people just think these people are just doing it to like, oh, just make all this extra side money and just blow it on like strippers or whatever. Like, no, like you're literally feeding your family, right?
With sports cards. Of course. Yeah, so we started in June of 2020. We started like actually our first live, I think, was like June 14th or 15th of 2020. And Sleevy and I, we still had full-time jobs until Sleevy quit, I think, in December of that year. And then I stopped my other business completely on January 4th of 2021. So we've been over a year. I've been doing this solely. But in the beginning, I was driving all day, coming home, and then getting ready to break at night, and just doing it every single night.
Was it offer with Rizzo? Like, did he get?
No. He kind of had he kind of knew, just because I was just like worn down, man. Even though I was like so pumped to do the cards, and it was just like, it was really wearing me down. I'm like, I just can't do this anymore. I can't drive 35 minutes one way and then work, go live for 6 hours and then drive home. And then, I had like this big disconnect with my wife and my kids, because I was just gone all day long, but I was just trying to make as much money as I possibly could, at the time. But no, I have a lot of respect for Rizzo. Like, I learned so many things just from the business side of breaking, and like, replacement costs, and like, I used to just be like, oh, you got those boxes for $300. Why aren't you selling them, for $300, or whatever. And he used to tell me, like, because it cost me now $400 to get them back. So I can't sell them for $350 because, and if I want them back, I gotta buy. It cost me $400, and now I gotta sell them for $450. So people are gonna come in and go, "Hey, why did your price jump up $100? Instead of incrementally going up." So he taught me that, and I mean, I hit probably out of chance. I hit one of the biggest cards I've pulled for myself from him. Like we had an agreement where he was going to give me money at the end of every night after I worked, and this will segue into how I actually started. That it kind of like gave me like a little kick in the butt. One night he was like, "Hey, I gotta leave." It's like just grab a box. Like when you leave, just grab a box, and that'll just pay for it. And I was like, "Okay, cool, that's fine. Yeah, I want to rip." So last end of the night, he had a fresh stack of Bowman 2020 hobby boxes, 12 boxes, right?
2020,
yeah, J-Dom. Right. And so I go down, like I get down because I'm like, Corey knows this, like I like character on the box or something weird stands out.
Dented boxes, like
dented boxes are 20% more. No, so I found the box where the cardboard flap was flap underneath. So it's supposed to be red right here, and it was the actual cardboard color. So I'm like, oh, that's the box. So I take it home, and the next day, my wife's like, "You better not open that without me. Like, I want to be there when you open it." And I was like, yeah, whatever. So 11 o'clock comes around. I'm having some wine. I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna open it. I had no sleeves. I had no topplers. I had nothing. So I put down a blanket on my kitchen counter, and I'm just like ripping. Second pack, I pulled the true gold J-Dom auto to 50, which,
oh wow,
this was 3 days after Bowman came out. 3 days after that, I sold the card for $10,000.
So you weren't going to wait. You just flipped it right away.
No, because I had guys coming in, and I was like, all right, I'm gonna use this card, and I'm gonna just go full board daddy DR, like just start it, and that was like the kick in my butt, like, and that's why I'm like, I have this, like, every time I see J-Dom's pick card, my whole thing is like, hello, Mr. J-Dom, because that's that's like a,
but I don't know. You didn't open it for content, right? You opened it not on camera.
No, I just opened it in my kitchen just by myself. Nice. I woke up my wife.
You're the baseball guy, so
yeah,
and that would make sense because. So do you follow that card? Like, where's that card?
I sold it to a guy who I know personally, who he ended up reselling it and lost. He resold it. He graded it, resold it, lost money on it because it was when the baseball market kind of dipped. If he would have waited about 4 or 5 months, he probably would have sold it for about 15, 20 grand.
Do you know if it was a 10?
It was a 9.510.
Oh, but yeah, so that's
yeah.
If he would have just waited,
yeah.
It is what it is, right? You can't really. It's tough to look back on cards and do what ifs because.
Oh, for sure.
You just drive yourself crazy.
Yeah, well, and that's smart. Like for you tell people to hold it who can hold it, right? This was your moment of like, I'm taking this, turn it into 10K, buying product, right? And then doing your own kind of thing.
Yeah, I took the money. I put some money away just in case for emergencies or whatever. And then the story is Sleevey and I, we took it. It was, he put in 800 and I put in like 600 or something. It was like $1,200 or $1,400. And we bought 3 boxes. We bought 17-18 basketball fast break prism.
Wow.
We bought 19-20 retail box, and then we bought 18-19 retail box. So think about those for I think it was $1,200. $1,200 we got those 3 boxes. Those 3 boxes today are probably, I don't even know, $4 or $5 grand.
Yeah.
$4 grand. I mean, the 18-19 retails I think are like $2,500, $3 grand. 19-20 is around $800, $900.
It doesn't look like they're slowing down either in terms of like as long as the players in those years keep doing what they're doing, it's going to be fine.
Yeah.
Keep growing.
So you kind of turn that little seed investment into. Now, where are you getting your boxes? I mean, are you just I mean, I know.
So yes, that's the craziest thing.
Go around like licking people's toes and all that stuff.
Yeah. That's such a. It's such a. I don't even know where that came from. All of a sudden, I remember Sleevey showed up one time with some old stuff, and it was dusty. Like literally the box, like it looked like it was just sitting in someone's garage, and someone was like in the chat just randomly goes like, "Hey, whose toes did you have to suck to get these boxes?" You know. So and from then it just like, oh yeah,
it's a legend. Yeah,
Sleevey sucks toes. You know.
Yeah,
but my dad and I used to go to these card shows in LA every weekend. Every single weekend, we used to buy boxes and packs and singles and sell and trade. We used to do it all, like every single weekend. And the first cards that we actually bought were Tom Brady, Michigan. They were Michigan rookie cards, right? That was when like Fleer would always release like a college version, kind of like the collegiate Prism and stuff.
I hate that they're not valuable. I hate that they're not valuable.
I know, and they were like 25 cents at the time, you know. And so we started in 2000. That's like the first time I started collecting cards. And then 2001, I went bananas. Like every dollar I got making from chores or whatever, helping family members, I literally just went and spent it on cards because my favorite player back then was Michael Vick. So and that was 2001 was Michael Vick's rookie year. I had every Vick card. I mean, I remember having like these massive totes and they were just filled with autographs and memorabilia cards and just everything. Like,
wait, so you're saying you remember? You don't have this stuff anymore?
No, my dad and I went through all of our garages and all of our storage units, and we cannot find these cards. I'm like, I know I have them somewhere. There's like a massive collection of Michael Vicks. I had Peyton Manning autos and Brady autographs.
Like, I'm sorry to interrupt. Go ahead. Do you think someone like, I don't know, like Renee from Storage Wars might one day find your tote in a storage locker somewhere?
No, because I would always pay my bill for my storage.
Oh, there you go. That's smooth of you right there.
My storage never went to auctions.
So that's a good segue into quickly.
You like that?
The master connection here that we figured out beforehand is
I haven't figured it out. I don't know.
So Tim, when I first met Tim, it was he had this idea and he reached out to me and was like, "Hey bro, I got this idea. I can't tell you about it." Because he was so worried about, protection, rightfully so, patent and all that stuff. Can I cut like it's a case to protect slabs and I'm like, oh, okay. And I even sent him like a picture of like there's like bags that look like it's just a plastic bag, but it kind of it's black and it outlines. I sent him that picture. I was like, is it something like this? And he's like, yeah. And he's like, I showed Renee from Storage Wars and he thinks it's a great idea. I'm like, how? What? He's like, yeah, dude, I had this idea for a business.
I brought up Renee pretty much right away, just in case.
Because so he literally made up a documentary that he was doing.
Oh yeah,
a video blog, and reached out to Renee from Storage Wars. Drove out to California.
I flew into San Francisco, then drove to Salt Lake City, Vegas, and then San Diego.
Yeah, and to meet with Renee from Storage Wars to get his business advice on his product. So the segue is Daddy Rips. When I was in his account under like my personal name before Show Your Slabs.
Yeah.
We started talking and somebody was talking about Storage Wars and he used to work with Brandon.
Yeah.
Brando.
The kid Brandon?
Yeah.
Wait, so why do you know the father though?
Who, me? Do I know him?
Yeah.
No, I never met his dad, but we used to work at a card detailing company called the Waxman in Marietta. And
so this was before because Brandon worked for his dad, right? Or was that just all for the show?
Yeah, on Storage Wars. Yeah, this is before Storage Wars started. And he ended up quitting the Waxman, and then like, dude, it was like 2 years later. I just happened to have it on the TV, and I was like, dude, I know that guy, dude. I worked with that guy. Like, we used to freaking detail cars together and stuff. Like, dude, because when I graduated high school, I went right into like, I've always had jobs. Like, I worked at Kohl's in high school when I was like 16, 17 years old. And then I worked at Best Buy, and then I worked at a car detailing company, and then I went back to Best Buy, and I was always in like the service industry. So,
yeah.
So you guys are like Storage Wars buddies.
We're pretty much best friends, except that you definitely did not want me to show up at your house. I can feel it. It's all right.
Oh, dude, I would have. I thought I would have been great. I don't care.
See, so here's the thing. I got
my wife
told me you have a gate. Yeah, that's what Sleevey was worried about. Sleevy's little bitch ass was like, "Oh, I don't know, Kelsey might get mad." I was like, "Yeah, but Daddy would think it's funny."
If the house was dirty, she'd be like, "I don't want anyone over if the house is dirty."
Yeah, I would literally be at the door and be filming just the slam. I was gonna do the right thing though. No house numbers, no license plates. But yeah,
this guy, like Tim's no house. What's he done that before? Yeah, no house numbers, no license plates. We're not talking about it.
Oh yeah, there we go.
All right, good question.
What's this?
So how does Daddy Rips feel about card porn? And well, this is kind of a lead you to the water question, but
yeah, for sure. Does he worry that they'll ever target him for simply having adult? No, I don't. If he already he posted the Dominique Wilkins pump card, and then because in there like it was like bleep 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 as I'm cussing.
Oh, he bleeped you out.
I think it was either his someone posted it and they were bleeping me out. Might have been Golden, but Cardporn posted it and Cardporn said like something about like PG next time or like and then everybody who saw that they were like don't change, Daddy, don't you ever change, you know. And that was when I put I literally just replied to him and I was like, I'm not for everybody, which is true. Like you find your breaker, and you know if cursing and vulgarity, if that's something that you don't like, then don't. You're not going to want our channel because we say some outrageous stuff, you know.
Well, you have outrageous also customers. So
yeah,
let's go down the road of one of the craziest, and it's cool. It's a cool segue into, you know, how you meet people and like this whole, both of us, all three of us on the screen. If 2 years ago you said, you know, Tim would be doing stuff with, you know, basketball players and on a live last week with a former NBA player, you talking in your chat to like Dominique Wilkins, was it right?
Yeah.
And then like I've talked to like Aoki, all because of that pump card that you pulled, right?
Yeah. He reached out to us because he wanted to sell it for auction for charity. And then I reached out to Scott at the Suicide Boys, and we were trying to get it worked out. Drop. Yeah. We were trying to get it worked out, but Dominique had some family stuff that popped up, and so he just I haven't heard back from him. But Dominique,
yeah, like I'll reach out, I'll hook you guys up.
Yeah. Well, what's just crazy is we pull that card, a Dominique card. Dominique reaches out through a person to reach out to us. You know, lo and behold, we pull the card for someone who's a celebrity, you know, for the Suicide Boys. And, you know, this guy, like, that he literally told me, he's like, that's the coolest card in my collection. Like,
oh, yeah.
It's probably the coolest card in a lot of people's collection, you know. 100%. And that card alone, like, has literally been like a catapult for our channel. Like people were reaching out to me like, dude, your card's on Twitter and Facebook and all these other platforms. And I have those. I don't really engage in those platforms because Instagram takes up all my time.
Yeah.
But I'm like, what? And then they were showing me like people were like posting it on Instagram or on Facebook and Twitter and like showing like, look at this card that was pulled at Daddy Rips. And our channel took off. And I ended up not even I didn't make 1 penny on those immaculate cases that he ripped. I literally we have an agreement that he doesn't ever have to send payment right away, but he was like, hey, I want to rip. I want to do 2 cases. I was like, perfect. We ripped the cases. We spent $15,000 on each case, so it was cost us $30,000. I literally turned around and said, I don't even want a penny from this because you can't even put a price tag right on the amount of exposure we got from a card that ripped because you ripped it. Like that's how I kind of approach some things. Like if we get really big on like a card that someone ripped, like, hey man, dude, rip this at cost. Like, I don't even care, man. Our channel went bananas from that card. So, and he was like, are you sure? Like, because I told him, I was like, dude, listen, people are charging right now like 38 grand for 2 cases. You know, I could easily make 8 grand right now. I'm like, I don't need to, like that. You can't put a price tag on that. Like when you have people who were like DMing me who would, hey man, like new people, right? They want to spend money. Like, hey, when do you post your lives or when do you go live? Like, I'm like, this is freaking crazy, man. Like we're like helping him out is like, cause Scott is, and Lou, who like, we found Scott because Lou, who rips with us, that's his music manager. I consider them like friends, like,
and he
like
just came
friends.
into that. He just came into your room, Lou. I remember Lou coming in because he's one of those guys that comes in and tears down the wall and doesn't give a, like everybody's in there like talking about like, you know, eyes in his pocket, and he could give a shit what anybody says. And it, you know, he's not always hitting, but like, did you know the Suicide Boy? Because I'd never heard of him, to be honest.
I never heard of him. I'll be completely honest. Lou came in and ripped. He went crazy, hit a bunch of big cards. He ended up calling Sleevey while we were alive. Like, we're like, hey, like, here's Sleevey's number, call him. And he was like, that was when we found out. He was like, hey, I'm the music manager for the Suicide Boys. And then we like kind of put 2 and 2 together. And then
then you Googled him, and then you're like, oh
yeah,
that's a big
deal.
And
then he kept trying to get Scott, who's part of the Suicide Boys. He tried getting Scott to rip with us. And he's like, stop ripping with other people, like rip with daddy. And so he finally came over and started ripping with us. And then lo and behold, next thing I know, just a few months later, we're ripping in Scott's kitchen, you know, in Louisiana.
Yeah, like,
I mean, just wild. Like
this whole hobby is it's just like me and Tim are in Chicago on a rooftop with Steve Aoki and like
that was dope.
Rob G and like all, and I'm like looking around like what world, like what is going on right now?
I gotta ask him a question though before we get off this one specific topic.
Yeah.
And just be honest with me. How bad did you want to, or did you give it a pump?
Oh, dude, I wanted to so bad. On the live, I wanted to, but then I was like,
I looked at
Sleevey and I was like, I should do this, and he was like, no.
Yeah, because
I was like, and it never came out.
That was my fear. I wondered, what if I pushed it and then it never like came back out? You know.
So you thought about it. I couldn't. When I saw it too, I'm just like, at least once though.
Yeah. I know.
Did you have it? I mean, I saw the break, so I knew you looking at the box was like, what is going on in this box?
Yeah, I had never seen that before.
Is there any others? Have there ever been other ones pulled?
I think that's a Shaquille one, but it's nowhere near like the severity of like the card, like the ball like coming completely off the card.
Yeah.
Like that's
the Reebok one too was I would say the ultimate one is like the D Brown, right? From the dunk contest, in my opinion.
Yeah.
That's the pump. But like the basketball is the real pump you want, not the like. I think the Shaq has like a black rubber instead of like the basketball color. So, like those are the ones right there. Like the Meek is like, oh man, it's crazy.
And that's what's crazy about like just this hobby. Like Corey was saying, like if you would have told me 2 years ago, I'd be flying out to Louisiana, being picked up in a Escalade with 3 other rappers in the car. They picked us up with just a crew of rappers, to ripping. I can't even remember. I think it was like $80,000 that we ripped on in the kitchen, and this guy had never met us. He invites us into his home, and they originally, okay, so let me backtrack. They originally had us go out there to organize all of his cards because he sent us a picture of his like card room, and my OCD was like, dude, I need to do something with this. So they flew us in to like organize, separate, grade this, sell this, keep this, whatever. And then like literally within that day, we're just sitting there, and And Lou's like, hey, I gotta go meet some people. I got a meeting. And Scott's like, hey, yeah, the boys can just sit here and watch ESPN. I'm gonna go make some. He's like, I'm gonna go upstairs and I'm gonna produce some music. So Sleevey and I are sitting there on the couch. I shit you not, dude. We're sitting there on the couch, and I look at him like, dude, is this happening right now? Like, we're just sitting here in this big house in Louisiana, and we hear him upstairs just like making his music and going crazy, and we're just sitting there. And then Scott's mom walks in, never met us. Talk about Southern hospitality. She's like, hey boys, you guys want any food? Like, you want to make you some dinner? And I was like, I don't think so. I think we're going to dinner.
Yes, you have to say yes, don't you?
Yeah. And I was like, no, I think we're good. And then his dad comes. Dad's doing construction on the house. Like, dude, it was just like this like surreal moment. I'm like, dude, no way would I've ever thought we would be in this position. And that was like the same thing. Like, we gave him a killer deal for all that, because I was like, dude, I can't even put a price tag on the content and stuff that we were going to get from that. And then he ended up, I think he reposted one of the posts that I did, because the next morning Lou goes, hey, he's like, just keep your phone on you. And I was like, what's going on? He's like, Scott's going to repost that post you just did. And it was like, my phone did not stop. It was just from views, likes, shares. It was just like, I think we ended up getting like 36,000 likes on that post that he just reposted on his stories. And I mean, it was crazy. Yeah.
And you're smart to do that. You're smart to realize the value add of that, as opposed to like, and even like those guys, you see them breaking that much and like they're willing to pay up, but like you kind of present them with like, okay, obviously you need to make money on most of the other stuff, but just to open your live and have that kind of breaking going on, it's an instant like attraction.
Yeah.
Like, you're going to have people in your room the whole night. Right. And then what is crazy? Like, so what does your wife think this is just insanity?
She loves it. She loves open. She actually loves ripping cards, man. If I'm ever like, if we're not live and I'm like, man, I want to open something, and she'll be like, yeah, let's do it. Let's open. Like, she gets all excited,
Yeah. So,
and I mean,
I have that. Her Pop Century. My wife.
I have that other story. Like, I tend to not rip the stuff that we have, because I don't want to end up pulling the case hit and then go like,
Yeah, I gotta tell people.
So I rip a lot on other channels, like whether it's like megas or blasters or hangers or getting into breaks with a bunch of other people. Like, I try to do that as much as possible, because I never, we started our channel. We had 5-6 people in the room. It was all family members. We were ripping blasters and whatnot. But one of the best stories that I have is like one night we're both sitting on the couch and we're having some drinks, and like, I'm just like, man, I want to rip a box. And she was like, let's do it. I was like, all right. I was like, you rip all sleeve, right? So we had Topps Chrome UEFA soccer, right? It's a soccer box. And so I'm like, she's like, who are we looking for? And I was like, Kamavinga, this guy Kamavinga. So she's just ripping, and I'm like, sleeving and top loading. Oh, that's cool. That's cute. Whatever. $10, whatever. And she's like, hey, I pulled the auto. Is this good? This is the guy you want, right? And she like turns it towards me, and it was the Superfractor, one of one. And I'm like, oh, like freaking. I'm like, holy shit. Well, give me that. Like, sleeve it up, top. I'm like, and that's just like, that was just because I literally we had like 6 boxes, and the one box I picked, it was super loose. I was like, oh, loose pack. Like, this is the box.
Yeah.
So yeah. So like, stories like that do happen, and it's not like, we're not, I've seen some people like they're out weighing boxes and like saying, hey, this is the case. Like, I went into a channel the other day, so crazy. Like, and the guy was like, hey man, like this is where the kaboom should be. This is 2.0 ounces. And I was like, what? And I was like, what? And he was like, yeah, I weighed them. This is 2.0 ounces. And this one's 1.4. This is where the redemption should be. And I'm like, what? Like,
wow.
That's so crazy.
That kind of is a good way into this question.
Yeah.
How do you feel about like the gamification? And you do, for everybody, that he does, and the fact that I even have to say, he does daddy sacks.
Yeah. I usually try to
know
do
what a name. It's great.
I'm sorry.
Yep.
I'm sorry. A car drove by. What is it?
Yeah, Daddy Sacks. Yep.
Yeah, let's see if I have it.
They are.
I got it.
Yep.
Yeah, whip it out. Yeah.
They should be blue though.
Yeah. No, we did it. Actually, we started this July 2020, and we said it was Daddy Sacks. It was Christmas in July. You know.
So that's a mystery pack to me. Now, what this is talking about is literally and not to, I don't know, not anything wrong with it, but like Rizzo the other day is doing like literally dice rolls, like
which I thought was crazy because when I talked to the Whatnot guys, they were like, no dice, no casino games on our platform. That was like a conversation that we had. Like, hey, we're trying to get away from like the casino gambling aspect because they clearly use PayPal, and PayPal shut us down, and they stole, and I'm going to say it on the live, they stole $55,000 from me.
Whoa.
And yes, stole.
No, it's locked up. You'll get it
back. They took my money, and they said that they're taking it due to policy, due to damages because of the policy, like that we broke their policy, their rules, their terms of agreement.
So I had that happen to me with my business. I'm assuming just because in some like description somebody put for card display, I had them freeze my account, but they shut the account down
for 180 days, right?
Yeah, and I got the money back.
Yeah. So what happened with me is I opened the account, all business, all goods and services. I didn't take a single friends and family payment. I paid the 3%. I provided all the tracking. I even went above and beyond. Like they were asking all these questions. We need your ID. We need your business license. We need, all your forms and all this. I gave them everything. Invoices, where we get our product, who we get our product from, address. Like they asked every question under the sun. Like they should have asked me like what my blood type was. I probably would have told them, And last March they said we're shutting you down. Like you violated the terms of agreement, and you'll get your money in 180 days. Right?
That'd be Tim. He's hanging out at a car show.
So 180 days comes by. I log into PayPal. To the day I log into the PayPal, it shows 0. And I'm like, that's weird. Maybe they're sending me a check. I scroll down. They debited the $55,000 into their account. And it shows payment to PayPal, and then with their little whatever code violation. And then I got them on the phone, and I was on the phone for over 2 hours. I talked to 5 different managers, and they all said this is damages accrued from your account that we have to take on. I said, what damage? Like you didn't do any, like what damages are you're stealing money? They did not only did it to me, they did it to Sleevy's account that had $4,000, and then it's just my wife's account had like $6,000. So they took like $65,000 from us. That literally, I tell people this all the time. That happened when Sleevy went into the hospital, right? Last September, like right after National, Sleevy went into the hospital. COVID. He was in the hospital for 1 month. Okay. They took that money that almost destroyed us.
Well, and didn't you get ripped off too?
Yes. And 3 weeks later, I was doing a wax deal with someone in the UK. That guy took money from us, a large amount, over $18,000.
Are you literally trying to kill Sleevy?
It's crazy though. But that's the thing is like, I tell people, that's why we were doing these IG lives. Like I tell people like, you can go through these adversities and like still, you just got to keep grinding and like, just be good and do good stuff. It's like,
dude, Sleevy must want to murder you.
Well, I had nothing to do with the PayPal. Like I screwed up on,
I
screwed up on the wax deal, like in the UK, which is crazy because, that goes, I saved the guy tried to do it to the little P, and the little P was going to shell out like $35,000 to this guy. And I called him and I was like, don't do the deal.
How good was this guy convinced? Like,
dude, this guy was good.
Wait, you were trying to buy wax or you sent wax?
Yeah, no, I was trying to buy wax. So he knew all the lingo. he had fake email accounts for Tom Fish at Blowout.
Wow.
He had legit. It literally was like Tom Fish at blowout.com. And then it literally was off by like 1 digit, dude. It was wild, dude. The guy was good. He's a con artist. He gave me the whole spiel. My dad's my dad passed away from COVID, and my mom's in the hospital for COVID, and I'm trying to just move this product so I can pay for her bill. It was just like this whole sob story, And I talked to him on the phone, and it was like, and he sent me pictures of the wax, and dude, it was crazy. Like he had me all fooled. Wow. Yep, right there. The Jack guy from the UK. Yep.
Do you think he actually had the wax and just has
no? Dude,
no. I think this guy. If this guy knows who he is,
that's it right there. The Jack guy from the UK. Yep, that's it.
Dude, Kevin does not play around.
Yep, Jack K. He's on Instagram.
Kevin could actually probably get him taken care of too. So if you want to talk to him afterwards.
Yeah,
that's the guy. He said that's the guy I spoke about on Clubhouse. He almost got me and Gio. He got me because I was super. Sleevey was in the hospital. We had no wax.
Sleevey's your wax guy, and you're just looking to keep the train rolling.
And I was just like,
probably just lost that PayPal money.
Yeah, so we had no PayPal. Sleevey was.
Did you ever reach out to an attorney about that?
Dude, Chase was like, we can't do anything about it because you sent an international wire.
No, not that. The PayPal.
Oh, there's a class action lawsuit that we're supposed to be part of from a guy. What's it, Chris Moneymaker in Vegas?
Oh yeah, the poker player.
Yeah, he's got a huge dude. They've taken millions, dude. They've literally just stolen millions of dollars. It's crazy.
My thing with PayPal is like, if you don't think that they're rolling all this money up that they're holding, and at least 180 days, you can invest a lot of it. Like, so just on the principal of money.
That's the thing that I was trying to go about, because I paid all the 3%, right? I paid the 3% the whole time. So they took the 3% from me, and then they take my money, which that 6 months period, like I should be able to sue them for that money. Like I could have made interest right on the money. Like it's crazy. It's crazy.
Go ahead, Tim.
Oh yeah, no, I just wanted to just you kind of said it, but if you could quickly describe kind of what he did, so maybe other people out there, if they happen to see this and they deal with this guy, maybe like, I know you talked about he had good pitches and all that, but what was his like initial? He just approached you, or you were looking?
Yeah, he sent me a screenshot of him texting someone, said, "Hey, who should I reach out to for the big boys in Instagram in the United States?" And this person who he had screenshot text him and said Mamba, Little P, Rizzo. It was like a big list, and then I was on that list.
So he's already pumping you up.
Oh yeah, and like I said, I mean, dude, he was super persuasive. He was, he's probably been doing it for a long time. So, and that's the thing, dude. Like I even had contacts in the UK that know where he lived, what he drives, like everything. And I finally, like, he was just toying me around. And so, hey, you know what? Karma's going to get him someday. It's going to get him real bad.
Well, I mean, you saw with the box that came from Canada, the Pokemon, it's like these, and with the money that's in it, it's only,
that's crazy, dude.
It's only getting better.
He at least could have sent you a box of G.I. Joe cards.
No, so he sent us a box. Okay. I go pick it up listen, let's check this out. I go pick it up at the USPS store. It says that it's at the USPS store. So I go, hey man, this is like, you guys left me a letter or whatever. Guy's like, oh, I'll be back. So he comes around the corner with this box. I shit you not, dude, like this big. And it was supposed to be like 6 cases of wax. And I literally go, I'm not signing for that, dude. That is not my box. And he showed me, it had my name on it, all this stuff, right? And
what's the return address?
when he lifted it and like showed me, it sounded like a box of rocks. I swear, dude. I literally called that guy so fast, and I was blowing him up. What are you doing? This is bullshit.
You never heard from him?
No, he answered, and he's like, yeah, don't sign for it, because if you sign for it, then we're both screwed. I'll get, and he's like, there's a big mix. Dude, this guy was like,
wait, so you never saw what was in it though? So we don't
no, I declined it.
I declined it. God.
Yeah. Because if I would have signed it and taken it, then he's gonna be like, well, he got the package.
I like how he's like, hey man, like I'm looking out for both of us on this one.
Oh yeah, dude.
No, send me another $20K and we'll get this thing worked out.
Oh, dude, he tried getting more money out of me. Yeah,
dude, there's like some shit. There's so many movies in this hobby. Like, imagine the whole Pokemon thing, and it's like Jonah Hill and like some other guy like have this scheme of dude, like Jonah's they're perfect. Gonna rip off like Pokemon. They're gonna make this big Pokemon
is Jonah gonna play Kahuna or Mealy-Pop?
No, I think he's Mealy-Pop's level now. He lost a lot of weight.
Did he?
Early Jonah and then late Jonah. They could play. It could be like a double.
Like the clumps.
Like Eddie Murphy. Jonah Hill can play, and then
who plays Shine?
What's his name?
How about John Barenthal?
No, the guy from the Fast and Furious, the recent one.
Oh, the guy from Take.
Vin Diesel?
No, the action guy. Jason Statham.
Oh, Statham? Nah, man, John Barenthal, he's a stud.
I think it should be the guy. What's his name?
You guys ever watch Punisher?
Oh my God, yeah.
Oh yeah.
Me and my wife was obsessed with that.
He's
obsessed with him.
They just announced that he's back in the MCU as Punisher. He's coming back to the movie series as the Punisher.
Oh man, dude, that show is unbelievable.
Roseanne should play Jacob. That's what
I'm Whatever. So what's going? Whatever. Is there anything that's come out from that? Like, is Kahuna gonna pay or
the latest thing? Honestly, the latest any information. If you watched the live, was that Ken Golden Shine Live the other day, and someone while they were live, they were looking at the computer, and someone had said something about Jacob, and then Shine said, I don't want to quote him, but something along the lines of, "Oh yeah, he's hiding and he's not around," and that was the latest thing said that I was just watching a live, and I think it came out. It wasn't like a question and answer thing, but yeah, I don't want to put out false information, so I don't really know.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
I got a bunch of laughs out of where's Kahuna post that I did. It was supposed to be Where's Waldo, but I typed in Kahuna instead of Waldo, and it was like a big map of trying to find Waldo. It was pretty funny.
Yeah, but isn't that story literally like a movie? Have you ever seen the movie?
It is. It is a movie. The one-of-one documentary could be a movie.
Wait, did they open all the other boxes?
What do you mean a one-of-one documentary? Where is that documentary?
No. I'm saying that could transpire into an actual full-blown movie. After that comes out, it's supposed to come out this year.
Yeah, because I'm pretty sure they interviewed. I think they interviewed all those guys. Maybe not Shine, but.
They interviewed me at National. I know George, right? Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I saw that. They interviewed Rob G. But here's the thing: there was a few, HBO was filming at that time. There was a couple Netflix that was going.
Yeah, I'm waiting for the Golden show to come out. Netflix should be pretty good.
What's that?
It's called the Golden Touch. It's a Netflix. So it's produced by Peyton Manning about Ken Golden.
Oh, really?
It's produced by Peyton Manning?
Yeah, produced. And by the same people who did Pawn Stars.
Oh, those are my boys.
And so one of the guys who did Pawn Stars produced a local memorabilia shop around here in Baltimore. It was called the Ball Boys. And they were a father-son that had a memorabilia shop. Yeah, balls, testicles. Ha, ha, ha. I saw Tim laugh. He throws me off. And so they're going to be on the Golden Show, as characters.
You see?
Yeah, I saw that.
Wait, they're going to be this? Wait, hold on a second. This is not a documentary, the Ken Golden Show?
No, it's a scripted television show.
No, it's not.
Yes.
No, it's not. There's no way.
So is Storage Wars, dude. Hate to break it to you.
It's not that scripted.
I used to work at a storage facility when Storage Wars would come in and do their little things.
Really? Did you ever see Jared and Brandy?
Yeah, dude. I've carried a lot. I've had a lot of different jobs, man. Jared and Brandy.
All right, you got your package with you? We're gonna.
Yeah. Should I open it?
Soon. Yeah, whip it out.
Yeah,
whip it out.
What is it, Corey? Tell us before he sees it.
It's something that I'm doing a test. It could go terribly wrong if it doesn't work out.
Oh, I know what it is.
Okay, that's part of it. You can put that aside. That's for you later.
Oh,
brought to you by Show Your Slabs. Sorry, we gotta do a commercial. We were sponsored by Show Your Slabs.
I got
Slab Shield
in here, man.
And Slab Strong. All right, now more importantly, Yep. Oh no, the top came off. There's jelly beans in there.
Oh really?
All right.
All right, you ready to play?
Uh-oh. What are we playing?
Look at the game. Look at the.
No, I know, but there's other stuff in here. What am I doing?
What's in there?
Oh, that's just all for you later.
Oh, okay.
And that gel is for your display.
Oh, all right. All right, what am I doing? How do I do? What is this?
All right. Open the top. A
little flap?
Yep.
It's like,
right, I'm going to do it too.
I screw this on or something?
No. Yeah, pop it up and then pop one out.
Oh, God, dude. This is brutal.
You might want to read what they're supposed to be before you put one in. Corey, did you send it the same one or is it different from what you're doing?
Oh, no, it's the same. No, yeah.
What's going on here?
It pushes it up to the top.
I don't have any bean boozled, but I'm going to open up this.
Dude, they're in there, aren't they?
Yeah, but they're not coming out.
That's impossible. It's
gravity. He's faking it. He's faking it.
I'll just take off that.
Okay.
All right. What do I got? Just grab one?
Pick one. Yeah.
Oh, God. I don't like
the color. Eric, the hoodie.
Let me see the color. Put it up.
I don't know. No. Yeah, I think it's bad.
No, put the color up.
No. Oh, I think it's going to be a dead fish.
It could be good.
I think it's dead fish.
Okay. All right.
Shit ain't real.
This one's going to be butter popcorn or... All right, you ready?
Dude, I already know.
All right. Come on. Butter popcorn or...
Oh, my God.
It's butter popcorn!
Popcorn? What'd you get? No. Rich.
Oh, my God.
Cheating. Don't throw up, dude.
What was it, dead fish?
I got butter popcorn. Yes.
Oh, my God. It's so bad. I smelt it, too.
Good, though.
It was either dead fish or strawberry banana.
Wait, Corey, so...
not strawberry banana.
What's the prize, though? What do we?
I won. That's all that matters.
Why do we ever do this, though? Yeah, but why do we ever do this?
Because I won. I wanted to win one. Last time I was throwing up in a trash can twice.
What'd you have? What was it?
I had puke, and it literally tastes like puke.
Oh my God! I want to know how they get that. That's the question. Bad? How do they get that taste?
Dude, it's like dead on.
Can you think about that, though? Can you think about that? Because there has to be taste testers there all the time trying to figure it out.
Yeah.
Oh,
how did you eat that? Oh my God, I'm gonna puke just think about.
Oh God, so bad, dude.
Is that it though? Just one, Corey?
All right.
I think you got to go and get a gross one. What's the point of you getting a good tasting one?
Because I wanted to win one time. God,
Daddy Rips, you're good. You don't have to do it anymore.
Yeah,
Corey,
dude, I'm good.
Come on, Corey. Give the people what they want.
That's all they want.
He got my ex-wife, or dead fish, as Tim calls it.
What is that? I didn't say that. I don't know.
I'm reading a comment.
Oh, I was like, I hope I didn't say that out loud. I was thinking it.
All right.
I had a old dead. Someone gave me a dead fish hand. Have you had a dead fish handshake?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Dude, someone in the hobby gave me a dead fish handshake.
All right. Is this the one you had?
That's either because the barf and the dead fish are like pretty similar.
Yeah, I know. I can't do this. I don't want to do it.
Dude, that taste is brutal.
I don't want to do it, dude.
Yeah.
What would it take as a yearly salary for y'all to be taste testers?
Oh, peach!
You got peach?
Yes!
That could have been barf. That could have been barf.
I know, dude. What a risky play.
I feel like toothpaste isn't bad.
No, toothpaste isn't bad.
No, that's the best one because what is it? Toothpaste or raspberry? It's something good either way.
Yeah. Oof. God, that's brutal.
Guys, everybody in the comments, make sure we don't stop until Corey gets a bad one. We're already over an hour, and let's go. Step it up.
Where is this going to be? Where is this going to be on Spotify?
It's on live right now.
Spotify and on YouTube.
This is on YouTube, right?
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna do one more, and that's it. That's three. That's playing Russian roulette 3 for 3. So this is either gonna be.
That's a deal.
Hold on.
Better not be rotten eggs either. Rotten eggs ain't even that bad.
Dude, you're a psycho. All right, this one's either gonna be strawberry banana or
dead fish.
Fucking dead fish, dude.
Oh yes.
Strawberry banana.
All right.
Fucking, I'm out. Nope.
Yeah, if it takes you that long to figure it out.
Thank God. Yeah, I know. It's instant.
The dead fish is brutal. I smelt it.
We'll come back next week and play. When I got, you know what I got for Tim for next week?
What's that?
What?
Because he wants to be such a hard ass.
What?
All the time and not play. Hold on. It didn't come in time.
That's what she said.
Oh.
What is that?
The 1 chip challenge?
I can't do that though, Corey.
No, you're doing it.
I can't. I literally can't though.
No, you can. No, you're doing it.
I can't though.
No, but you are.
That one I would have. That one I would have to spit out.
Do you guys want to talk about the Ripathon we were trying to do?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we're gonna be so at the Mint Collective, we'll be set up. You're gonna be partially set up in like a co-op of people, right? At the show, right?
I think so. Supposedly we have 2 tables. I have no idea.
Right.
I don't really ever. I've never had a table at a show. I like to just float around and I'll go to a table that I have friends with and just chill. But I don't. I just like to float around a little bit, you know.
Yeah. So go ahead and talk about what the plan is for anybody that's going to be in Vegas. It is March 25th. 25th to 27th. Yeah.
Yeah. So what's that? What is it? The Mint
Collective
show? Yeah. So we're trying to do a Ripathon during that time, whether that be started on Thursday and end like Friday, maybe Thursday at noon and Friday at noon. I don't know. The details are.
Sorry to interrupt. Are you fucking opening cards right now?
Me?
No. Tim.
Oh, Tim?
He's opening cards right now.
Are you really?
He's literally opening WWE cards.
Is he really? What do you got?
You guys were doing the Bean Boozled challenge. What do you want me to do? You hit all 3 good.
This guy.
Okay, sorry. All right, back to the Mint Collective.
Yeah, so I'm trying to put on some either a fundraiser or however we can do it, a Ripathon with. It's gonna get tricky because I kind of just came up with this like live on the show last week, but I want to do something where we have an Airbnb, massive Airbnb. We have 2 streams going on at the same time. We'll start it out as a 24-hour stream, and then we'll have breakers come in and break for a period of time, a sectioned out time, so we could get as many as 48 different breakers in the hobby to come in. They'll do an hour. They'll rip for an hour while the stream's rolling. So that way they're not committed to like staying for a long time. You can be like, hey, this person's going to show up at 2 a.m. to 3 a.m. and they're going to be done, whatever it might be. And then literally just everything, all the proceeds, we just go towards a, charity or fundraiser or something.
Yeah, I would just caution, and this is just being real, like the ideas are great, but dude, just be careful because you already have people that are going to be down your neck about this thing.
Yeah.
And if you don't do it, you're a scammer. If you don't do it, you're this. If you don't do it, you're that. So like, and I already told you, we want to build a custom break table for the whole thing. I think it's honestly, maybe we get the Mint involved. So it kind of like, because it's just a bunch of like, if you get a big house, they all can't stay there. So they're going to have to leave somewhere. You know what I mean? It's going to kind of, so I'm just, I think the idea is awesome. I think it could be awesome for people if it's at the show to be involved, the people that can't make it, that are going to be buyers, right?
Yeah.
And I think because it's one thing, it's a lot of moving parts, and there's not a lot of time left to when it is.
No, for sure. That's why I'm like, I've been trying to like get ideas, and it's just
it's tough, man, because you got people. You literally are going to have people wondering why this didn't happen.
No, I know.
It doesn't happen, and they're going to be counting every dollar, and they're going to want to know, like the backyard breaks guys. 100%. I know they fucked up, but people were like, "Oh, you donated $20K to the Boys and Girls Club. Let me see the receipts."
Yeah, for sure,
dude. You think they're going to make that up? I mean, they eventually put the receipt out, but like, they're not gonna. They're not. Well,
that's the way the world works.
There's a lot of moving parts, but we could also. I mean, this time around, it could be a little bit smaller, where it may be only like a 12-hour stream at the show, where
I think that's awesome, dude.
We have people coming in and out. But the problem that I had was like the wax situation. Like someone's obviously got to front out a ton of money to bring the wax in, and that person's going to want to have to get their money back, and then try to figure out, where.
Reach out to that guy from the UK.
Oh, that's great. That's a good one.
Yeah.
So it's just, and I want a ton of people to be involved, and like, I don't know how it's going to go down, but I want it to go down, whether it's a ripathon, whether it's a golf tournament, whether it's, like I said on the live, like, hey, everybody show up at, Top Golf in Vegas, everyone play some Top Golf, we'll rip some cards, we'll have fun, we'll raise money, whatever it might be. Even if we raise like even $10,000, it's going to a good cause, whatever it might be. So, that's why I'm trying to get the collective to reach out to me. Someone reached out to me that he said he was with the collective, but I don't know. It's just like a random person with a.
Well, how are you trying? Are you just sitting back waiting for them to go, hey, Daddy?
No, I DM'd him. I DM'd him. Daddy. I was like, yeah, no, I DM'd them because I asked if they had any tables available, and then they said no. There's a big backlog, and then another guy reached out to me and said, "Hey, I'm gonna, I saw what you're doing on the lives. We want to do something." I said, "Here's my cell phone. Call me, text me any day, anytime, whatever." Never reached out to me, so I'd love to get on the phone with them and just kind of spitball some ideas back and forth and see, hey, is there any kind of space? Because I mean, we could really like bring like a massive awareness and a big crowd to something there, especially if you have, I mean, just 10 breakers, right? 10 different breakers there that people are going to want to show up and see, Polwax and Mamba and all these guys are all in the same area.
That should happen. Like, and I'll talk to the guys from the Mint. That should happen anyway, because the guys, hell yeah, name drop. You think I'm playing? Like, I spent a lot of money to get my setup at the Mint. But, like, I think that's the only way breakers make sense at shows. Like in Dallas, it's dope when all the breakers are there, but there's no like organization. And it's like, so you guys are breaking in your rooms. Like that should be done like at the show where people can like kind of crowd around and watch it, but not like where it's like hindering other tables from having their like sales activity and all that. It's just part of the hobby, right?
Yeah.
So it's planned out to be its own little area, like the Breakers Pavilion was in at the National. They kind of had it sectioned off to like,
that was pretty cool.
Stay there all night. Yeah. So I think maybe I'll reach out and because to have like all the big breakers rotate under one chair or like two chairs would like be pretty cool, and I think would go a long way.
Plus, it's just good to work together in general in this type of business. It's better.
All this drama shit's for the birds, man. Like
it's better to network and just be,
Yeah, I totally agree. I've reached out to breakers and they, I'm not going to name names, but I've reached out to people and been like, hey, do you want to do some sort of collaboration and like, half case break? I'll do a half case break. You do a half case break. And we do, it's a full case. And it's just some people they just don't, I don't know if they just don't want to share their platform.
They're insecure. Yeah. They're insecure.
And I tell people.
You understand that though.
For sure. So, I've always tried to like collab and do things with other people, and even people who have less followers than me, people who have more followers than me. Like there's room for everybody. Yeah. And someone said we love all the drama. Stop capping.
Yeah,
but
Richard, you're not. He is definitely not young enough to say capping. Yeah, by the way, we'll talk about that later. But cool. All right. Well, let's wrap it up. Tell everybody, just your IG handle and all that stuff, so people can check it out. A lot of these people would like your style, I think.
Yeah. Daddy_rips on IG. We don't post any breaks. The website is almost done, so we will have content and stuff on the website for breaks and case breaks and pick your teams and do all that stuff. We're trying to get that all squared away because Shopify shut us down, so we're trying to get another processing payment house or whatever to take us in. So that should be coming in a couple weeks. My own podcast, I have some of the stuff ready, but that's going to be coming where it's just going to be audio. It's just going to be kind of either
good luck, dude.
It's going to be like me, or it's going to be me and my wife just kind of going back and forth, getting her aspect of the hobby, being a wife in the hobby, and
you got
stuff.
balls, man. Think of that? Why? Because I'm not. You think I'm going to put my wife to the slaughter? And not a chance in hell.
Well, my wife's going to be on the first episode.
Savages.
I already have the first episode like written down and like kind of what I want. Like the first episode is going to be called "The Birth of Daddy," and it's going to be like us going back and forth because like she was involved with like she's the one that came up with Daddy Rips, because I already had Daddy Beastin on Instagram, and we're sitting in the driveway at my dad's house, and I was like, well, I need a name. I need it to be clever. I need it to be catchy, but I don't.
God.
And she was like, "You're Daddy, like Daddy Rips," and I was like,
"Wait, can you stop saying that though?"
No, yeah, dude, it's weird. Like, giving like your wife calls you Daddy. We get it.
No, but that's she's like, look at, she's like, you already have it though on Instagram. Like, you already have Daddy Beast and like you're Daddy Rips, and I was like, yeah, you're right. That's it.
You're right. I am.
Yeah, you're right. Call me Daddy. Yeah, call me
Daddy. No, but she's like she was like a pivotal part because. She went on an app and just created the logo and the name and like doing the color scheme and
But so when you come up with the name and you Google Daddy Rips, where did she have to really like wave through to make sure you could secure this name? Because I feel like a lot of crazy stuff must have popped up when you start searching Daddy Rips.
No, nothing. Like the one thing that bothers me is there's someone on Instagram who actually has Daddy Rips.
Yeah,
there's no underscore. And I reached out to him, and it's like it's a surfer. It's like ripping waves.
Oh,
right?
That guy. That
he's definitely not giving that up.
No, and he's not. He's like, I DM.
You can't really blame him though.
I said I'll give you $500 for your account right now, or make me or like tell me what it's going to cost. Yeah. I was like, and he was like, nope. I've had this since day one. He only has like 150 followers, which you probably end up getting like 15 just from this freaking episode. But that
doesn't. Who cares? He doesn't. I wouldn't give you the name.
No, but I wanted it for backup.
Barrels. Yeah,
I wanted it for a backup. Just in case, because I've gotten banned 4 times on Instagram.
Yeah. So Tim bought his from a concrete counter maker.
No, so hey, Daddy Rips. So I've been places where like if I'm in the South in like Texas, they call like ribs slabs, right? So they'll ask me if I make ribs. I was in I think Atlanta. I was somewhere, and this whole family wearing all Skechers and khaki shorts walked up to me with all fanny packs, and they were like, "We like your shirt, we like your hat," right? And I'm just like, this is weird. And they were referring to like some rock climbing phrase. So I got that with like confused by all that all the time. With ribs are like rock climbing.
Dude, listen.
Concrete slabs.
The most awkward thing for me is like we'll be on like a trip with friends or family, and like everyone's like, "Oh, what do you do?" My husband's an electrician, and then they're like, "Kelsey, like what does Mikey do?" Because and they're like, and I'm like, well, and it's like such a hard. I'm like,
how many times have you said sports cards and somebody thought you said sports cars?
No, because I try not to lead with that, because if I just say, "Oh, I'm in sports cards," they're like, "Well, what is that?" I just go, I go right into like, "Hey, man, like
I'm daddy and I rip.
Yeah.
Have you ever had to say it to someone that you were like, someone asked like, "Oh, what's your Instagram?" but you weren't ready to come out with "I'm daddy"?
Well, I mean, Corey, have you called? Do you want my? You've heard my voicemail, right?
No.
That's
you always answer when I call.
Oh, it just says, "Hey, what's up? You reached daddy." Like,
oh, really?
So I have people who are like, they'll call me and I miss it, and then call me again, and then I answer, and they're like, "Yeah, I called this. No, I must have missed dial because I got this daddy guy." And I was like, "Oh, that's me." Like someone like the Sparklets guy was like, "What's this?" He was like, "Yeah, I called your number and it was some daddy, like the voicemail." And I was like, "No, that's me." Like,
they think you're like a backpage Craigslist.
Yeah. And I went to school for marketing, and I'll never forget my marketing teacher. He was like, outrageous things like sell. Like people love that stuff when it's totally like not cookie cutter, like, right? It's off the board. It's outrageous, And so I was like, it's perfect. It's, and you know what, how many people have come in my room? I look at all these grown men calling another one daddy. And then 2 weeks later, that same person is doing it.
Like, yes. But like, I still have a problem with like when I see you in person, I'm not calling you daddy. Like, daddy? I'm just not. Yeah. Like I'll be like, "What's up, DR?" Like
I can't wait to live in Vegas. I'm gonna scream daddy all daddy, what's up?
Yeah.
Well, hey, so the last time before, I know I don't know if you got how much time you guys have, but the 2 times ago in Dallas, I put on the stories like, "Hey, if you see me and yell out daddy in like loud, I'll like give you some free merch."
Yeah, t-shirt that has daddy fucks written on the back of it.
Yeah, I got rid of those shirts anymore. My shirts now say "Let's go Brandon" on them. So
great.
So
you're doing that wow factor.
Yeah. So it's like, I don't know, it's just different, man. It's some people embrace it, and some people are like tiptoe around it or whatever. So
I don't tiptoe around it. I'm just not calling you daddy in person. Like I don't even like I don't even really want to call you your actual name either, so I just go DR.
Well, I know, and people are like, "What's your real name?" I'm like, "It's Mikey," but there's like Mikey from Polewax, Mikey from Rizzo,
Daddy Mikey.
Yeah, well, no, but it's this.
Oh, Daddy Mikey.
Daddy Mikey. So,
all right, we'll end on that. Thanks for hopping in.
Yeah, man.
We'll see you in Vegas. March 27th.
I'll probably come in. I know you guys do those IG lives and stuff. I like popping in there and talking to
you. Yeah, definitely come in, and guys, check out his Instagram. He's,
appreciate it.
Daddy_rips. And anybody that likes baseball, he's always got mostly the best baseball product on the market. Everything else, but he's really knowledgeable at baseball. So I just wanted to.
Yeah,
a lot of people look for that stuff.
Sleevey played AAA baseball. I played college, so that could be for another time too. Sleevey pitched against Mike. Back then, it was Mike Stanton. If you guys remember,
call him DR in person. Don't call him Daddy.
His name.
We have Sleevey coming on next Monday.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, so I can't get sleep. I
figured if we
he
put
wanted
out
to talk to me on the phone today. Yeah,
he might come on if he wears like the V for Vendetta mask and just sits there.
Dude, I'm down.
Awesome.
So,
all right,
guys. Appreciate
it.
Later.
All right,
later.